Hello. Today's blog is titled Abundant Life. The scripture I chose was John 10:10. The thief does not come except to steal and to kill and to destroy. I have come that you may have life and that you may have it more abundantly. Or actually it says, and that they may have it more abundantly. And they is us. It's just that simple. And we need to understand the scriptures and always be able to read them in the spirit and understand the spirit of it. Jesus was actually standing on earth, standing here talking to people when he made this statement. But he's the same yesterday, today, and forever. And he's always appearing or coming. He's come. He comes when you read of him, when your heart begins to understand it, and he comes so that we can have abundant life. I remember when I really first saw this many years ago, after I had been mightily touched by God, and I just knew the depth and the truth of this. The truth is that he has come so that we can have abundant life. In order for us to have this abundant life, we must be reborn. We must be reborn. We must have the spirit of Christ, or a dynamic encounter, or something has to happen that we're reborn. And after we're reborn, it's something that grows. We have more and more life more and more abundantly, as we truly seek him, as we begin to do the things that he says do. And I've said it many times. Basically what he tells us to do is to love. Is to love our enemies, to love our neighbor, to love each other as we love ourselves. That's what Jesus said to do when he was on earth. And that's what he taught. That's what he taught. He taught turning the other cheek, walking the extra mile, giving your coat and your shirt, giving twice as much as they ask you for. He taught all these things. It's just really that simple. We're called to love and to love each other. That is the way Christ is going to overcome the world, is through love. That's the way he designed it. That's the way it's meant to be. But every one of us have had to fight the devil, the thief, the devil, the demonic spirit. Every one of us, he lives in our flesh. When Jesus told him in the garden that he would live off the dust of the ground, well, man is made from the dust. We're made from the dust. That is where the devil lives. He lives in our carnality, not our spirit, our heart, but our carnality and our flesh. As we continually believe Jesus and do what he says do, and force ourselves, and it says we take the kingdom by force. We have to force ourselves to love others, to do the things that he said do, which just don't come natural to our flesh, to our human kindness, or whatever you want to call it. But as we continue to do this, Jesus comes more and more. More and more the Spirit of Christ enters into our very hearts, our very beings. And that's why he's come, that we may have life. And this is where the true life is. The true life is when you know that Christ lives inside of you, and that you really truly care for the whole human race, and you have a heart for the human race, and you know that Christ lives in you, and then you come to the point where you just want to see him live in everybody, because that's what's going to overcome the world. That's what's going to do away with all the evil in the world, all the hate, all the injustice and everything. The way it's going to be eradicated is for Christ to come in a people. And he is coming right now in a people in a big way. I pray that you will understand this scripture, that he's come that you may have abundant life. That's why he's here. The devil will tell you it's not, you're going to have to lose some happiness. You're going to have to lose something. And that's what people think a lot of times that keeps them separated from God because they think if I follow Jesus, it means I got to do this or it means I got to do that. All Jesus says for us, his command is to love our neighbor as ourselves and love God with all our heart, mind, body, and soul. That's the only two things we're asked to do. Religion will tell you otherwise. Religion wants to bring judgment and everything. Christ just wants you to come to him as you are. He wants you as you are, no matter where you're at, to come to him and to begin to trust him and to begin to form a relationship with him. And as that relationship grows, more and more Christ enters into your heart. And it becomes clearer and clearer. There comes a point where there's no doubt. You will understand, you will discern all things. Thanks for watching. I hope this has helped.